Hi guys, I'm Nate. I'm a residential builder. Do a lot of home renovations as well. Today we're going to be looking at my garage at my house to show you how I kind of keep my tools organized and what I like to purchase. So this is it. As you can see, the bulk of it is DeWalt because that's my preference for tools. I tend to keep all my power tools up here, and then saws, air compressors, lots of clamps. We have an excess of like cutoff wheels and saw blades. Uh, kind of vary for material types. And I'm sure there's more in there if you dig, but really don't feel like we need to. We keep a lot of extra storage up there. We kind of downsized from our previous house, so we've been stacking stuff up there. Not really ideal, but it's what we've got for now, so we're gonna make it work. Hand tools, hammers, squares, tape measures, mallets, caution tape, because you gotta keep things safe. Then here, these are just like fastener screws, nails, and whatnot. Stapler, stud finder, stuff like that. I didn't organize any of this because there's no reason. I mean, it's organized for me, but I didn't tidy it up for you guys because it'll just get destroyed in a day. So then we got drill bits, just some nails for the pass load nail gun for that one up there. So router bits, and then just like smaller hand tools like screwdrivers and whatnot, and some cable staples, stuff like that. And then we got our pegboard, paper towel. Try to keep this somewhat organized and clean. It tends to become a catch-all where we get home or whatever, or get done with the project, just kind of chuck everything up here for the time being. This is our chemical cabinet. Primarily just cleaners, detergents, pretty much everything you need to clean up a job once you're done or in the process of. Trash bags, shop vac bags, and then some N95 respirators. Whenever we're doing any sanding or cutting, we tend to try to wear those. And then, holy cow, this thing is a mess. You can see I kind of keep like extra chainsaw chains in there. Just a catch-all of just stuff. Got some extra bits, just all overflow stuff. This is where I keep all of my automotive tools. I'm not a mechanic by any means. I like working with like building materials, concrete, wood, stuff like that. But I do dabble in like vehicle repair a little bit, but I'm no mechanic. I tend to make things worse before they get better. This cabinet has a lot of the stuff I need for like drywall. So I do concrete work, which is all down there. All my tools, boots, and then this is a disc sander, pole sander, so that way I don't have to work as hard when I do drywall. I got some metal shears in here I probably haven't touched in 5 years. More cutoff wheels, which some look chipped, so use with caution. Plumbing tools, more drywall tools. Got some stuff in here for like doing tile, which I don't generally do, but I dabble in it enough to be dangerous. And then just extra wire here for whatever might come up. And then paint strainer bags. I think these are hinges. Yeah, got a box of hinges. I mean, this is all stuff that I just pretty much buy in bulk. And then up here is where I keep the router table. If you follow my TikTok page, you would have seen me using that. So if you haven't, please follow that. And then I got spare buckets here. We're always painting something, so I tend to keep those on hand. And then all my packout stuff. Whenever we're doing some work, trying to get some stuff done, those come in handy, moving stuff around so we don't have to make 1,000 trips. And it's got wheels. Makes life super easy. I keep a lot of extra hand tools tucked in this corner. Like I got several of these large pry bars, some underlayment, post pounder. It's kind of just a hodgepodge of stuff that I know it's there, but if you're walking and you wouldn't know it was there if you didn't explore. We don't hunt with these. We just like to practice archery. It's a lot of fun. So that one up there is mine. They're just cheap bows, nothing crazy. We don't go out and buy all the expensive stuff. And then here is our shop vac, which we always keep out because keeping like our work areas clean is important not only for our safety but for our sanity. If we're in here working, we're tripping over stuff and tracking dirt in the house, just makes things more stressful. So we always use that, and it's super quiet. It's insane. Got my electric pole saw for cutting limbs. Right now I have all the attachments on there. Generally I don't store it like that, but we just used it last week, so I chucked it up there and forgot about it. All of our fishing stuff, we're avid fishers or avid fishermen. Both my sons, my wife, and myself. It's one of our favorite things to do in our pastime. Let's go up there. DeWalt sawhorses. I highly, highly recommend getting these. I went a long time having sawhorses that were wood, permanent wood sawhorses. This is something I would recommend to anybody if you're like do construction full time. Invest some money into those. They don't take up any space. They're super light, and they hold, I want to say, like 1,500 pounds a piece. They're crazy nice. Worth the money. Yeah, extra building material there. Kind of just stacked since this garage is quite small. We're trying to maximize our space. So we put a lot of extra like sheeting, drywall, 5/8 drywall, a 1/2-inch drywall. Put it all back there, and then stack our generator. Take that for our new builds. We want to make sure we're prepared.
Dad, can I build a birdhouse?
No, we have quite a bit of ladders. These are not something that I like to use on the job site just because they're metal. I would rather use a fiberglass ladder, but right now this is what we use for our house and doing stuff around here. And then another one I would recommend is one of these little work platforms. It's not like you get up super high, but like say you have an 8-foot ceiling, which I mean most houses are built like that. This thing is going to do good enough just to get you that much higher, reach where you got to get in the ceiling. So that's something I highly recommend. And up here we just have a slew of dropped cables, like these bigger ones, they get into like the 100-foot range. You want to make sure you get the right size gauge, because if you don't, OSHA's going to nick you if they do show up on your job site. And then we have smaller ones in the back, but those are primarily for our Christmas lights. Like these we'll use like just around the house. Easy stuff to work with. And then our shelves. We're looking at some pricing for some like really nice metal ones, and I couldn't justify spending $500 for just shelves. So I ended up spending maybe $100, and I built this massive shelf. Very sturdy, not going to go anywhere, plenty of storage. I should probably build another set right here or over there, just because I can utilize them so well. Got a creeper down there with low profile jack. Again, I'm not a mechanic, but I have some stuff here because if I don't have to pay somebody to do something, I'm not going to. My wife went through and organized everything into totes with labels, right? So we got kids' life jackets, water toys. The kids have like super fast RC cars, chuck them in there. Some more sports stuff. And then see our tackle box. So then we got some rifles, which reminds me, we ended up getting our safe put back down in our basement. So I need to get these guys relocated to the safe and not out here. Don't worry. There's no ammunition with them. And we come over to here. We've got kids' bikes. Kids' bikes for days. Now this is where we keep a lot of the stuff, the fun stuff, right? So Amanda ended up getting me a new upgrade for Father's Day. She bought me a new 10-inch DeWalt table saw with a stand. I'll open it up and show you guys how it unfolds. So that way, if you're ever interested in something like that, you'll have a good idea of how it all operates. So they've got these, there's little levers here. You see the buttons pulling in. Then you kick that down. Come over here. Pick up. So it's a little wonky, but I gotta imagine if you're using a table saw, you should be able to handle that. And then it's got some really nice, this guard. Gosh, it's probably one of my favorite parts about this table saw is the actual guard. It literally just locks in like that, and then it slides. And then I would say that this measuring right here, this measuring for the blade to the guard is actually fairly accurate. You know, I've verified several times when I would be using it just to make sure it was all lined up pretty well, and it's pretty good. There's no concerns with that. And then there is a stowaway for the. And then again, just so you guys get an idea of what it looks like when you fold it up. You can do it like this. Well, that's it. And the table saw. This one's pretty interesting to me. For some reason, the instructions stated that it's not smart to leave it stored standing. I'm assuming because it's quite heavy, and if it falls, it could hurt somebody. But this one's pretty easy. You literally just lay it down like this, and then there's a red lever here. You push down on the red lever, and just pick this whole thing up. And then that's your stand. Super, super nice. The stand we ended up buying on Amazon. I don't think we could find the stand anywhere else. But I highly recommend, if you're going to buy, the table saw, you might as well get the stand to come with it. Unless you have a permanent setup at home or like a nice shop where you can have it out all the time. But we're always on the road. So anything with wheels that's easily managed is something we always look for. From there, we've got just kind of where we hang up all of our big hand tools, shovels, brooms, come alongs for concrete, scrubbing brushes, shovels, bolt cutters. I mean, you name it. If we can hang it up here, we will, just because those things take up quite a bit of space. This is our Harbor Freight Special, our paint sprayer. We did one house with it, and it did fine. I don't know that I would spray multiple homes with this, but just to get by, I think is fine. I mean, if you're going to do it day in and day out for a living, like painting houses, I would not buy this. But for the one-offs, two-offs, I think it's perfect. And I've got a tiller here where I've got the handle that normally sticks up like this, kind of folded over just to save some space. This Champion tiller is pretty nice, but we're having issues with the carburetor right now. I don't know if that's a common issue or not, but I don't know that I'd buy this brand again, especially for a tiller with this carburetor issue. I have to replace it. And that's our garage tour. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments, or if you guys want some more information on anything here, just feel free to reach out, and I'd be glad to talk about them with you. Thanks for watching.